Keep it pyro.
So, Donae'o, 2012, I look back, was the first time that I ever interviewed you.
I remember.
That's 5 years ago.
I know, right?
You haven't changed.
Really?
No, you haven't changed.
Apart from the beard?
No, maybe, but you haven't changed. You're still looking young and fresh.
Oh, thank you.
Have you been really, really well by the looks of things?
Yeah, I'm trying.
Just trying. You're putting out bangers consistently.
Yeah, I'm working.
But you've always worked. How's life right now? Let's talk about it.
Life is good and stressful.
Stressful?
But it's good.
In what way?
Like, there's just a lot more responsibilities, a lot more demand for my time. Yeah.
How do you manage that?
I'm learning to do that now.
Uh-huh.
Do you know what I mean? Putting everything in place when it needs to be put in place, kind of thing. So, yeah.
So what kind of stress is it? So, for example, you wake up this morning.
Okay, so today...
Day-to-day stresses that you're having to manage as an artist.
So we're doing promo for Let Me
Uh-huh.
right now. So today I've woken up. I should have gone gym, but I had a DJ set last night at Visions.
How was that?
It was banging. So then we went to Brixton at 10:30, and then I had to go to Adidas. Then I came here.
So that's all right.
And then tonight I'm going to the studio.
Okay. So studio nowadays, do you work all night?
No.
Do
you know what? To be honest, like the artist I'm working with today is something we're finishing off. But because I am not playing out tonight, I'm saying, yeah, all right, cool. I'll do it. We'll work till late. But usually I try and get in like at 2 and finish at 8, come home, go to bed by 10.
Because the thing is, all of the stuff that you've worked towards all of this time, you've been in the industry a long time. You
Yes.
have stamina for a start, because a lot of artists would say, stuff this. I'm done. I'm having a little bit of a timeout, and you haven't. You've just kept going this whole time.
Yeah, I know.
When you're thinking about where all this started and where it is now, it's almost that thing where you kind of can't complain because it's been what you've been looking forward to. But at the same time, how do you manage all of the stuff that's being thrown at you? Because the thing is nowadays, when you get busy, you get busy.
Yeah, I think, you know what? Sometimes you have to understand that when you work hard, opportunities are going to come to you. And sometimes you have to say no to opportunities or say not yet.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Say no or not yet.
Yeah. I like the not yet one.
Yeah, no or not yet. I'm dealing with a not yet right now.
Are you? What kind of situation do you say not yet to?
I mean, if I'm promoting stuff and say like, because my thing right now is I'm a producer artist. So I can't promote everyone's song or scenario all at the same time. Because on top of that as well, I might be promoting one thing and that might overlook something else. So I'll like pick and choose when I feel is the right time to push stuff out so that everything gets an equal amount of attention.
Things that you're saying no to at the moment then?
Well, I'm dealing with my albums. So I'm saying no to working with any more artists or
Nice.
producing for anyone else.
Even if someone really amazing comes along?
Yes, a couple of people have come. I've had to say no.
Really?
Yes, it hasn't been a pleasant conversation.
Could you not do a not yet on those though?
No, I can definitely do it not yet. But 6 months is a long not yet, you know?
Yeah.
Like I'm going to go into, like right now I'm still pushing like 16 and Let Me. And I'm still not in a headspace. Like I need to go out there and be in a headspace to make music. Right now I'm in everyone else's headspace. Now I need to kind of take that energy back and then come back into me. That's a process within itself.
So let's talk about the single. Tell us a bit about it.
Well, Let Me was one of the records on the mixtape 16, which is out now, and it features Young T and Bugsy and Belly Squad.
So tell us a little bit about how the song came about.
Well, I was in the studio making the beat and writing the song. The girl I was writing the song for was in the studio, kind of. And the next day, the guys came down, and I was playing them the record, and they were like, "Oh, this one," and then everyone just started gassing and started like, it was like a 2-3 day process kind of thing. I made the beat, put the hook down, put a melody for my verse. Then they came and they were like, and then I think Bugsy was like, "Oh, we're gonna do the video like this, and everyone should have their own." And it was just like a 3 day like just collaboration.
16 then.
Yes.
How does it feel to have something out on such a big scale? Like probably a bigger scale than you've ever done before, reaching more and more ears, because the industry's changed as well. Everything's global now. Whatever you put out, it always was in some way, but on a completely different level. How does it feel for the world to know more about Donae'o than ever before?
It's exciting and scary. So it's exciting because obviously I'm being pushed to a wider audience. But it's scary because now my face is attached to it. Because even when you look at 16, I was looking at it and I was like, it's a banging album cover, but you still can't see my face. I'm still hiding from the world kind of thing. And I need to learn to kind of come out of that.
Yeah, you can't hide anymore,
Yesterday,
mate.
Yesterday I was at a concert, right? And I was sitting down. This is how good I am at hiding. And everyone walked past me. They were like, hi, what's going on? And I sat up after like 30 minutes of everyone talking. And someone goes, are you Donae'o? I went, yeah. Everyone went, oh my God. Everyone started singing, wait, you're sitting here for fun. And I was like, I've definitely got the skill of disappearing, like, but I need to learn to come out of that.
But you could have probably got away with that for quite a long time, and now you just can't.
No, I can still do it. Once you have a skill, you have a skill. Do you know what I mean? But I just need to learn to, and maybe, do you know what? Maybe it's an acceptance of once I step out, maybe that skill, I won't be able to use it as much.
Just give us some tips for hiding then. People that want to hide, what would Donae'o say to do?
I think if you want to hide, sometimes hiding in plain sight is the best way, because most people won't think for you to do that. Do you understand where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
Most people, they'll be like, yeah, no, it can't be. If you right there, that's one of the best things. You can hide in plain sight.
So let's talk about how your life's changing. So I remember back in 2012, you were in a different space in yourself
Yeah.
than what you are now.
Yeah.
What changed within you?
But when you say a different space, what do you mean?
You were just different. You were different. Like, you're the level of where you were at, the type of music that you were making.
Yeah.
You within yourself, you were frustrated, I remember back then. And
You're always frustrated when things are not going well, though.
yeah, of course. But I think as an artist, you're frustrated. I get frustrated. People get frustrated in this industry because you're never where you want to be. You always want to be beyond it.
Yeah.
And you just seem different. The way that you are, the times that I've seen you, you seem different.
I feel like I've come to a point in my life where I've got what I want. If I was to die tomorrow, touch wood.
Ladies and gents, you don't all know what he just touched.
Yeah, so like, if I was to die tomorrow, I'd be happy. I'd done what I wanted to do. I made music and people liked it.
Yeah. So do you feel more fulfilled in yourself, would you say?
Yeah. Right now, where I'm at now, I feel more fulfilled in myself. I feel more comfortable to expand the business. Because to be honest, my business was bigger than me years ago. And that might have even been a reason why my success wasn't as much. As soon as I started expanding it, then I started realising this is bigger than me. I'm actually going to have to get other people in.
How do you let those people in? And how do you know who are the right people to let in as well?
You have to trust your own judgment. You have to like yourself enough to understand that you're good at your job and you're good at working people out. And sometimes, and take your time with it. It took me a year to choose my manager. A year, right? And like, I was telling him no bare times until I felt like he understood where I was coming from. And I didn't force him to understand either. I'm walking this way. If you want to follow me in it. But like, just to understand that I'm going to move how I want to move. And if I don't want you around me, you're not going to be around me. It's as simple as that. So same with the label scenario is like, again, my business, I need to focus on making music, not doing admin, not having meetings, I can do things here and there, but there's other stuff that I need to be doing as an artist to be selling my music once I've made it. And that's one thing I had to understand was, let me delegate some of these responsibilities. Let me share the money, because if you share the money and delegate, you're going to make more money. Do you know what I mean? But within that, you have to also take a couple steps backwards to move forward.
I think as well, a lot of artists are scared of giving away that 10%, that 20%, that 15%. And because they're worried, I'm not going to have enough for me. But you then realise that instead of one of you, there's two of you or three of you or four of you. Every time you add a person, they're all doing extra for you.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
You just have to have good judgment of character, because 20% of 100 grand is a lot of money to give away. But it's not if the person you're giving that 20% to is doing their job properly, because that person can help you expand it to 500,000. Now you're making more money because you've offloaded some of the pressure.
So it must be nice for you as well, doing all the work that you've done, finally going to major when you did, because you can go to a major record label and say, right, you're doing this on my terms.
Yeah, well, it's not just about my terms. It's teamwork.
Yeah.
Like, I don't do that. Like, I don't like telling people what to do, because you're never going to get the best out of someone. When you're choosing someone, just as much as I'm able and excellent at my job, other people are excellent at their job. And your job, when it's collaborating, is to find other people who are smarter than you in the area that they're doing, and then you know, work with them and help them to help guide you. But it's a teamwork thing. It should never be I dictate. You're never going to get growth out of that.
The thing is, though, as an artist, I think when you do go to a label, you need to know who you are.
Exactly.
And so when you know who you are, then it becomes easy for them to do their jobs.
Yep.
A lot of artists that go to labels who have struggled in the past is when they don't necessarily know who they are. So they're looking for other people to help them to be who they are. And then they can quickly say it's the label's fault for making them do something they don't want to do.
Exactly.
When actually, if you go being strong in yourself, then they do what they're here to do. And the best thing that they can possibly do, take your music to the world, which is what's happened.
There you go.
It's exciting. How does it feel when you now play not only on sets but your DJ sets and people are singing back every single word? Not only to your classics, which people have known for a very long time, but tracks that you probably drop within a couple of weeks and then you look out and they're doing the same.
What, when I DJ, when other people DJ?
Well, either.
Well, I only DJ'd yesterday and it felt good because I played like Party Hard and African Warrior. I was going, and my circle got to pull up as well. But when I'm in clubs, because I like my music as much as I like other people's music, so I'm almost with the crowd. I'm not really kind of there thinking, oh, this is my tune. I'm there enjoying it with them. Do you know what I mean?
But that's probably why it translates as well.
Yeah, it definitely is why, because once the music's out there, it's not mine anymore. It's nothing to do with me. I've done it now. Like, it's for you to enjoy and for me to enjoy.
Does it sometimes feel bigger than you?
It is bigger than me. Way bigger than me. Especially when a record gets big, like, it is. You really have to let go. Once you've made the record, let it go.
Is that a responsibility?
Yeah, to yourself. It's not really good because people are going to be feeding my ego 24 hours a day anyway. I've got Twitter, I've got Instagram, I've got enough people telling me how great I am. And then I've got to feed my own It's just not healthy.
So how do you stay in balance with that? How do you let that not go to your head?
Again, you got to know yourself. You got to know what it is that you're getting into, and you got to have good people around you.
Do you ever have people put you in your place?
Me?
Yeah. Does anyone around you ever say, oi, you?
Yeah, I've got friends that they do that to me, but I do it to them as well.
And you probably do it to yourself, right?
Yeah, of course. Of course, definitely. I had a conversation with someone today. I got a bit frustrated with them. And I thought, why am I being frustrated for? Just because they're not giving me what I want yet. They've given me so many other things. Just chill out. I even apologized to them. So yeah, today I told myself to chill out.
But I think as well that comes from the wisdom of you being in the game for a long time. Let's go back to the early days. I want to know a little bit of a very first early memory. Something that just springs to mind at the top of your head where you're thinking, that was a real pinnacle moment for me. That was a moment I'll never, ever forget.
Do you know what? I don't know why I keep going back to this memory, yeah. I remember when I was in Carnival, this was before, like, I was Donae'o properly. And I remember I was on stairs and there was bare people around. And then they gave me the mic and I started singing and the crowd went mad and I got a reload. And I was bare nervous. I was just like, oh, they gave me the mic. Like, then, but I always remember that memory. And I always remember it being in the crowd looking at myself as well.
Yeah.
For some reason, it's like, rah. I don't know why that memory always comes back to me, but yeah.
And
I must have been like 14, maybe even younger.
Does that ever come back when you're on stage now?
How do you mean?
Did that same thing ever happen? That same memory, that same thing where you're looking at yourself?
That memory, it comes every once in a while. Anytime anyone asks me about memories, that memory just comes every once in a while.
So with Sister Radio, we broadcast not only in the UK, but in Australia and in America.
Sick.
So our audience is really wide. And one of the things that we really focus on is trying to get all of the UK artists that we love to a wider audience.
Yeah.
So America for us is such a big market. Up to sometimes 80% of our listeners are over there.
Okay, cool.
Is that a place that you'd ever think of going? Or?
I'm moving over there next year. I've got my visa and everything.
Oh my God, whereabouts are you going?
I'm going to go to New York because New York's like home.
Yeah.
LA is more like my workplace.
Uh-huh.
And like Atlanta, I need to experience Atlanta. I don't know what that is yet to me.
What made you decide to go there?
Growth. Like I needed to understand how to make rap music on an American quality if I really wanted to move far. So that's what I did for the last 3 years.
Amazing. And that's the markets that you've started to tap into already. So being there, you're going to do damage. Especially now because the music's really starting to translate. It's taken a bit of time. What is it about American music and UK music that you think has taken a bit of time for it to start to gel? And what is it now that's starting to make that work?
Well, they're like a million miles away over the seas. So that's one thing. Do you know what I mean? Like we speak the same language, but we're not together. Do you understand where I'm coming from? If everyone spoke English in Europe, Europe would be just as big as America would be. But because there's a language barrier, that's why everyone doesn't understand. Whereas in America, they all have different accents. Give it a couple weeks, couple months, you're going to understand what someone's saying after you understand the twerks and the quirks and someone's accent or the languages and stuff like that. But the main issue is they're on the other side of the world. And I think acts from the other side of the world coming over and collaborating, such as Drake, made a massive difference because he is one of the biggest rappers, if not the biggest rapper in the world. So, and in America. So him coming over saying, look, I co-signed this person. Because England has always really been good at making music.
Yeah.
Like our history of making music is phenomenal. Like when you go back to like Sting, Elton John, like The Police, which Sting came from, Soul to Soul, Craig David. Like when I went to America, Craig David smashed America. Like we've always had a great place for music. So anyone that's going to put a worldly magnifying glass on us, once they see it, they're going to go, oh, we're interested in this. This is sick. But we've always had an interesting culture. Always. That's never changed. It's just that someone's come over and said, hey, look at this. Furthermore, let me take some of this and make a worldwide hit from it.
So from here then, for the next 16 years, who do you see yourself working with?
Here?
When you go to the States, when you go over that side of the water,
I don't know how that's going to work.
who would you like to? Let's put it out there to the world. Who do you sit there and think, right, I want to be in the studio with you?
Mane.
Oh my God, yes. That would be so good.
Jay-Z and Young Thug. Those four.
Just as a start.
Yeah. Just at the beginning, yeah.
Well, they better watch out then if you're going that way.
That's what I'm saying.
It's really exciting. I want to talk about new
Are
artists.
your eyes the same colour as your hair?
Maybe.
That's sick.
Sometimes. It depends what light it's in.
You're like a superhero, like.
I feel like a superhero. That's why I did it.
Oh, good.
Sometimes then, you've thrown me now. I was like, what was I going to ask? Okay, back to new artists. That's what I was going to say. New musicians in the UK or worldwide. Who are you backing? Who do we need to keep an eye out for?
Kojo Funds, he's sick.
Smashing it. He's done so many good collabs as well.
I know, right?
Yeah, really good. Twin works with him as well, though, doesn't he? Does Twin work with Kojo?
My twin doesn't work with Kojo.
The other
brother
twin,
does.
yeah, because he played it to me first.
Yeah, Kojo Funds is like 100%, 1 million, trillion, kabillion. He's someone I'm looking out for. Donae'o is another guy who's heavy. I think mainly those two.
Any female?
Ooh, Ktrap.
Ktrap.
He is sick. Ktrap is cold.
Any female singers outside of rap?
Outside of rap, there's not really a lot of singers right now.
I don't know.
When it comes to rappers, like Lioness is cold.
She's brilliant. She needs to do more.
Well, I'm working with her, so yeah.
Oh, I absolutely love her. We had Shiesty on the show the other day as well. Honestly, she's
Shiesty.
amazing.
Yes.
Love her. Nole's doing good stuff as well. I want to know then, before I let you go, for any new artists that are looking at you and being like, okay, I don't want to be here for a short time. I want to be here for a long time. I want to make my mark. What advice would you offer them?
Don't be afraid to make mistakes. That's it, really. Everyone's afraid to make mistakes. Once you win, you don't want to lose it. But let me tell you something. Once you win, it will go. You'll have it for a certain period of time, then it will go, and you're going to have to adapt, make mistakes, and find the new win. And that's the bit that creates longevity. It's the middle bit. It's the when you've lost the win, are you going to carry on? Are you going to go out there? Are you going to make a fool of yourself? Are you going to do whatever it needs to take to get to the next win? Because that's the only way to get to the next win. You can't just keep on. It's not going to be smooth sailing.
How do you deal with that? Because that's when a lot of artists find it really tough.
The only way you can deal with it is by doing it. The first time you get punched in the face, it hurts.
Mm.
Second time you get punched in the face, it hurts, but you're prepared for it. Third time you get punched in the face, you block, it still hurts, but it hurts less. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like you just have to get punched in the face.
And then get up and keep on going.
Yeah, that's even when I fight. I haven't fought in a long time. Just get the first punch out of the way. Now we can really fight. 'Cause I'm not scared no more. Do you know what I mean? Let's just get it out of the way.
Yeah. I think the thing is, because musicians are quite gentle, a lot of them are very gentle. It's their art, it's their creativity.
Everybody is gentle.
Exactly. But then it's even harder if someone says no, if someone shuts the door in your face.
Good,
so
man.
many times.
Good. You'll get used to the pain. Then afterwards, you'll be like, oh, it's actually not their fault. They made the bad decision to say no. But yeah, man, have a couple doors slammed in your face. Good for you, man. Good for you.
Donae'o, enjoy America.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of this single and the rest of the length that's
Let
in all
me
this
out
music
now.
that's
The
out.
video's out now. Young T and Bugsy.
Go and check it out.
Featuring Belly Squad as well.
Yeah, amazing. Go and check it out. And please keep me updated. I don't want it to be another 5 years till I interview you again.
No,
because that's
definitely,
long.
definitely. We don't want to do that.
The most loved Donae'o on Sister.
Thank you.
Keep it pyro.